Hey guys, so the first fairy tale you're going to hear today is Cinderella. And this one is by Amanda Askew, and it's illustrated by David Ortu. And there's a lot of different versions of Cinderella. We have a bunch of different versions in the library too. The illustrations in this are really pretty. The castle. All right. Remember to look for those key items that we see in fairy tales, okay? All right. There once lived a girl who was kind and sweet. She lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. All three were mean and unkind. They treated the girl cruelly. Her day was filled with hard work. Her dinner was scraps and her clothes were rags. At night, she slept by the dying fire for warmth and would wake up covered in cinders. It's like the black dusty stuff from the fire. She soon became known as Cinderella. One day an invitation came from the palace. The prince was to hold a ball for all of the young ladies in the land so he could choose a wife. "Can I go to the ball too?" Cinderella asked her stepsisters. The eldest smiled meanly and spilled a bag of lentils in the fireplace. "If you can pick out all the lentils in an hour, you may go to the ball." Not nice. Cinderella sang as she worked. She sang so sweetly that the birds and mice heard and came in to help. And within the hour, all of the lentils had been collected. The stepsisters returned dressed for the ball. "I did it!" Cinderella cried happily. "Now I can go to the ball." But the stepsisters laughed cruelly. "You go to the ball? Don't be silly. You would embarrass us." And without another word, they left. Cinderella ran outside and sobbed. She had all but given up hope of ever being happy when suddenly, with a flash and a pop, a fairy appeared before her. "Don't be alarmed, Cinderella," said the fairy. "I am your fairy godmother, and I am here to tell you you shall go to the ball." Cinderella was stunned. "But how?" she asked. "Simple," replied her fairy godmother. "Fetch me a pumpkin, 6 mice, 6 lizards, and a goose." Cinderella did as she was told. Her fairy godmother pulled out a wand, and with a flick and a swish, the pumpkin became a glittering golden carriage, the mice 6 speckled gray horses, the lizards her courteous footmen, and the goose her handsome driver. "Now it's your turn," her fairy godmother said, and with another flourish of her wand, Cinderella's rags became a beautiful dress that shone like diamonds. Pretty glass slippers appeared on her dainty feet. "There's one condition," said the fairy godmother. "The magic will end at the last stroke of midnight. You must be home by then." "I will, thank you, fairy godmother," beamed Cinderella. She looks beautiful. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, everyone turned to stare at her, including her stepsisters. They did not recognize her in all the finery. Everyone thought she was a beautiful princess from a faraway land. The prince fell in love with her instantly and danced with her all night. Ooh, look at the stepsisters. Not happy. All too soon, the clock struck midnight. "Oh!" Cinderella exclaimed, "I must go." And as she ran down the stairs, one of her slippers fell off. The prince chased after her, but she was gone. He picked up the glass slipper and vowed, "I will find the girl whose foot fits this slipper. I will find her and I will marry her." The prince tried the slipper on every girl in the land, but it didn't fit anybody. Finally, he came to Cinderella's house. Both the stepsisters tried the slipper, but their feet were too big. "May I try?" Cinderella asked. "You?" her sisters laughed. "You weren't even at the ball." The prince looked at the shy servant girl and offered her the slipper. It fit perfectly. "You are my love!" the prince exclaimed. The prince and Cinderella were married soon after. Cinderella forgave her stepsisters for their unkindness, and she ruled as a kind and fair queen. The end. Oh, there's a mouse sleeping in the glass slipper. There they are. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. See you soon.